Ooh, what's up, Internet? My name's Nerdy.
And I'm Clarice.
And this is our spoiler chat for episode 4 of Peacemaker. Because we get nerdy nightly.
And we thought we'd share it with you.
That is right. Welcome back to the channel. Today, Peacemaker came out again, and once more, I'm a happy boy.
Yeah, this episode was fantastic.
That was really good.
Like, I really enjoyed this one. There was some, like emotional moments in it, like, really, like, strong, powerful moments, and also some, like, really funny ones, and we found out some things about some characters, lots of reveals happening, so it was a fun episode.
Yeah, there's some tough stuff with kids in this one that was interesting to watch. Let's get into it. So we start this week's episode in the wake of last week's episode. What's his face is tying Judo Master down to the couch.
Yeah. John.
Yeah, Economos. Why did he think that was going to work?
I don't know. What other options would you tape? I guess should have duct taped him.
A duct tape is a better option.
Yeah.
Or
as opposed to like cuffs.
Yeah, I mean maybe it would have worked. But like as soon as they revealed that he was just like on the couch, I was like, that.
Oh yeah, that
doesn't seem like a good. These people are supposed to be black ops working for Amanda Waller, and if she saw the state of their affairs, I think that she would have them all killed.
Yep.
Including her daughter, who like one of the things I like about the show right now is that Peacemaker isn't the one messing things up.
Yeah.
The only thing he's kind of done to mess things up was the dossier in the apartment. But, like, for the most part, it's the people who are, like, complaining about Peacemaker who are continually screwing up everything.
Oh, yeah. Everyone is incompetent except for Harcourt, pretty much.
Yeah, and Myrn, but we'll get into the whole Myrn of it all in a minute. But Peacemaker and Vigilante are... everyone needs to go decompress. So they're, like, going to go home. They're going to chill the F out. And so they, Peacemaker's like, I need to stop by my dad's. I need a helmet for the next section of this mission. Let's stop there. I'll see my dad. And when he's there, he finds out, first of all, that his dad's in prison.
Yep.
And second of all, that his dad's in prison because because John Economos, I can't not say his last name. It's so good. Put him there. And one of the fun things about this reveal is that this is like 1,000% not his fault.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Yet his relationship with his father is the one that's going to suffer because of it.
Yeah. Although it's not much of a relationship.
Fair.
It's something. I don't know if I'd call it a relationship.
Yeah, I mean it is a relationship. It's just not a good relationship
in any way.
He picks up a helmet. We get to see the White Dragon outfit, which is scary, and also, despite not being a white hood, does manage to come across. Maybe it doesn't come across white supremacist-y, but it definitely feels like it the way that it's shot, and knowing what we know about Aggie.
Yeah. It's very like implied. They don't need to be in your face about it. It is what it is.
Yeah, and so he calls up the team and he's like, "Yo, why?"
Yeah. What did you do? And then has to go to prison to try to explain this to his dad.
Yeah.
Like.
And so Adebayo is sent to like stop him. Yeah. And I really appreciated this scene. Daniel Brooks is just in the middle of the entryway to a police station, just screaming Christopher Smith's childhood at him, where anyone could hear. I was like, Black Ops.
Yeah.
Black Ops.
I also love how like Myrn was like, no, it has to be you, and she's like, what about Harcourt? He's like, no, he wants to fuck Harcourt. He trusts you.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow.
I don't know that that's true.
I don't know either.
I don't know that I believe that. Like, I think that there's.
Oh God.
I think that he definitely does want to.
Oh yeah.
But I think that he has a more complicated relationship to Harcourt than that.
Yeah.
I think there's more respect there. I think that everyone around him thinks that it's disrespectful, and it is like on like a real level. But
yeah.
I think that he he is respectful of her in his way. And I think that the team's going to come to understand that over time.
Yeah.
And he'll also hopefully become a better, more rounded, more appropriate human.
Hopefully.
But, like, the comedy of it's kind of fun, so, like, I don't know.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's tough. So, yeah, Adebayo's like, don't go in there. And he's like, I'm going to go in there. And I was kind of like, at least don't go in the Peacemaker outfit that was seen at the scene of the crime. Like, because the thing that his dad is framed for is that people saw Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Right? And so the thing that I was like, just wear other clothes. Because Vigilante changed.
Yes.
In the car, Vigilante, who is just whining about his toe. And that whole scene is fantastic.
Honestly, like, fair, but yeah.
No, but the scene is fantastic where he's like not upset about it, but he is upset about it.
Yeah.
And the actor who plays Vigilante
he's so good. God damn it.
He's
like,
so funny.
He's so funny.
It is crazy to think that this was all reshoots.
What?
That is not the original actor who played to play Vigilante. So they shot the first like 5.5 episodes with a different actor who then left the show after like over halfway through season 1.
I didn't know this.
It's the guy who plays the British prince on Unreal. He's a great actor. He's very funny. But so they had to go back and reshoot all of the Vigilante scenes with this guy after they were mostly through the entire show.
That's a pain.
Yeah. But the guy that they found, he's so good.
Oh, he's fantastic.
Yeah, he's so funny.
Yeah.
And him and, Peacemaker have this back and forth about how you let him be tortured. And he's like, I'm not mad about it. Like, I'm so grateful. You made me a better person. I'm never going to walk again. But, like, that's worth it for my personal growth.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
And so Adebayo is, like, convinced that Peacemaker's about to do the wrong thing. So she's just on a bench outside of prison. It's not where we've usually seen Danielle Brooks in television shows, because usually she's, in the jail, because of Orange is the New Black. She's so good in that show. Go watch it. It's chef's kiss. You don't like Orange is the New Black? That's fair. I think that show is, like, remarkable television. Not important. The point is, she's sitting there with Vigilante, and she's like, oh, man, wouldn't it just be better if, like, I don't know, the White Dragon were gone somehow. Maybe dead.
Yeah. Yeah. Gosh, wouldn't that be nice?
Wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it be nice? And Vigilante's like,
I have to go do something.
Like,
so Peacemaker.
So he goes. Wait. We're right here. So he goes to the back where security's all having their lunch outside.
Mm-hmm.
And he drags a trash can very slowly and then chucks it at the window. And he's like, oh, yeah, okay, no, I'm okay, all right, it's fine. Like, oh, God, that whole scene was perfect.
Yeah, and we were talking in our Boba Fett spoiler chat yesterday about how the chase of the little droid went on too long to be funny.
Yeah.
This is the opposite, where, like, I'm so glad they let it go as long as they did.
Yeah, it was perfect.
Because if he had just walked in, grabbed the garbage can, picked it up, and thrown it, it would have been funny.
Yeah.
But it is so much funnier that it's just so prolonged.
Yeah.
The reaction of the guards were just kind of like, hey, buddy, what are you doing?
Yeah, they like start noticing him, and they're like, wait, what's happening? And they're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Very funny.
It plays out so well. So he's going into jail. At the same time, Peacemaker is in the prison.
Yeah.
Talking to his dad, and just like revealing all the things that you don't want your asshole father to know. Yeah, my team put you in prison. The way they did it was with fingerprints. I was like, God damn it, Chris.
You dumb. God, stop. So, of course, his dad is like, okay, well, yeah, screw you. I'm going to go tell them that.
And I'm going to get out of prison, because that's what you do. Yeah. If someone walks into prison, they're like, oh, so if you want to get out, here's like the steps you need to take. You're like, okay, I'm going to go do those things. And he straight up is like, Dad, there's illegal aliens, and like, I need you to make a sacrifice. And I'm like, what about your father? What about your experience? I get that you love him, and love is complicated, and family's complicated, and I like that they're showing us that. Uh-huh. I do really appreciate that they're showing us how complicated a relationship between a son and a father who he knows is wrong can be.
Yeah.
Because I sometimes feel like the media portrays younger generations breaking away from the conservatism of their parents as this like fun, easy thing to do. And in my experience, I haven't had to do this. My family is very left-leaning, and has similar politics to me. But in the experiences...
Your family accepts other people for who they are.
Yes. In the experiences of my friends who don't have that, I have one friend who really struggles with this with her parents, and still goes home for Christmas, right? Like, it is a tougher thing to break a bond than I think sometimes we portray it in the media, because it's fun to be like, I'm lashing out and I'm an adult now and I do my own things.
Yeah.
That's not how I've ever seen it experienced in real life. It is always painful. Especially if it comes with like a breaking of my parents don't accept me. That is harder.
Yeah.
But this is very much a situation where Chris hates his father, clearly hates his father, but also clearly loves his father, and thinks that he can eventually earn the place in his father's mind that his brother lives.
Yeah.
Which we learn about in this episode.
Yeah.
And that is, like, for a comedy, so deep psychologically that, like, the show is fantastic.
Oh, crushing it. Yeah. Like, yeah, that it was a tough scene, because I was like, God, I just feel so bad for him. Your dad is a dick. Right?
His dad is scum. Oh, like his dad is like the scum of the earth.
Yeah, literally. It's wild. Yeah, so he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna go get out of prison then, tell everybody what's going on, and get out of my sight. And Peacemaker is like, okay, all right.
And then he goes outside, and I so appreciate the moment of introspection that this is the first moment where I feel like we finally get Peacemaker being honest with the team, where he sits in the car and goes, I think I made things worse. And it was so subtle.
Wait, no, that was Vigilante.
No, Peacemaker does it first.
Does he say that?
I don't think that's his exact line, but but when he sits with Odebayo in the car, and he's like, he acknowledges, you're right. Vigilante says that exact line, right?
Yeah, but there is...
Peacemaker, like, has a moment where he's like,
fuck.
Yeah, my dad is going to reveal stuff about the team. And both him and Vigilante have the same realization coming out of the prison scenes, right?
Yeah.
So Vigilante.
This is the best thing I've seen on television.
This is like, I honestly hope that he gets an Emmy nomination for this scene.
Yeah.
Where he sits at the table.
Yeah. Oh, the best part is he's like walking down the prison row, and everyone's like screaming at him and like in his face, and he's like, nah.
Yeah, I didn't really understand what that was about, to be honest. Like, they seem very mad at him for having just shown up.
Oh, he's the new guy. It's intimidation.
Yeah.
Like, don't mess with me. Yeah. New guy. Whatever.
I don't know.
No one knows who he is, right?
If I saw a guy get into prison and everyone starts screaming at him and he just has a like sociopathic smile walking down the hallway, I'm leaving that guy alone.
Oh, me too. 100%. But I don't think any of the people in the prison are particularly bright. So.
I'm also the kind of guy who, like, I wouldn't do well in prison. They would be like, you're a goofy idiot. And I'd be like, yeah.
Yeah.
I would be the court jester, just like singing songs, like playing a ukulele I made out of 3 toothbrushes.
I could see that. Yeah.
But he goes and he sits down at the White Dragon's table.
He's like, hey, you guys seem like the coolest guys in here. Let's play a game. Let's talk about our favorite contributions to what was it, American history or culture or something?
Yeah, what is the black community's greatest contributions to American culture? I'll go first. Yeah. And I love that he phrased it like a TikTok.
Yeah.
All right, stitch this with your favorite contribution to American culture from black people. I'll go first.
Yeah.
Music. Good music.
Yeah.
Which, like, not all good music, obviously. I love opera, but, like, most modern good music is deeply influenced by black culture. It's just a fact.
Yeah. Yeah, and just watching him, like, talk to these guys who are, like, was so funny to me. Like...
Well, and I think that one of the funny... one of the interesting things about this is they've set up Vigilante to be a joke a little bit, right? In his personality, and we've never seen him fight before this moment.
Yeah, we saw him take the sniper shots.
And take the sniper shot, like...
Perfectly.
And so he walks over to the sniper, goes, okay, bang, bang, bang. He's singing a song, right?
Yeah.
So clearly he's good with guns.
Yeah.
But Judo Master kicks his butt.
Yeah.
So we get to this moment where it's like...
It's like, oh God, is he gonna...
What is the reveal here? And the reveal is that Vigilante can throw down. The fight choreography of the prison scene, considering the limited space of it, was fluid.
Unreal. Yeah. Like, it looked so good. And it made me so happy.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like it you know how we've all had to, like, have those conversations with people where you're like, your views are wrong and awful, right?
Yeah.
Like, and we've all wanted to be in that situation with the power, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Vigilante literally, maybe not all, obviously White Dragon has a lot of power in the, like, environment that he is in, but, like, Vigilante is a threat. And, like, that was it, the way that they showed that and they played it, and the build to it was perfect.
Yeah, and showing that White Dragon doesn't want to engage was so fascinating with the, like, there's cameras, you're trying to bait me into attacking you.
Yeah, he knows.
But in that is the unsaid thing of White Dragon is legitimately not sure he can win that fight, which is so cool. I thought the story of the scene was that they were going to eventually get Vigilante out of, like, the hospital that he's locked up in because White Dragon lays a beatdown on him.
Yeah.
And instead what we got is ultimately less tropey, which is that Vigilante actually could, but the villain, who is the villain,
is smart.
Is not an idiot.
Yeah.
And is an actual villain. This is going to sound so dumb, but I really do appreciate having a villain in the show that actually feels genuinely awful. Because a lot of times we get so much media right now because people don't want to portray things like racism as obliquely as this. And so they, like, couch it in all of this, like, we have just so many sympathetic villains right now. Every villain has to be somewhat right. Every villain has to be, somewhat, like, in their world, a hero. And I guess even Aggie probably is in his world. But we get so much of that in order to soften ratings and to soften the stories that we tell so that they're not as, like, bleak as they maybe should be. It is nice to have a superhero property right now where I genuinely am like, the villain is a genuine threat, is genuinely a bad person, and these anti-heroes who are not really heroes need to stop him.
Yeah. I don't know if I 100% agree with you on, like, villains entirely, but I think that that's, like, a really complicated, like, whole other topic. Just because a villain doesn't think of themselves as the bad guy. A villain is like, no, I am in the right here because of what I believe. And I actually do like in modern media that villains are complicated. I don't think softening the wrongs that they do is the right way to go about it, because that's, that can be problematic. Oh, it's not that bad because, like, this happened to them or they were in the right this way. But complicated villains to me are much more interesting than this guy is just the bad guy. Right? Like, I don't know. I don't know how to, like, where else to pull, but, like, Thanos is just, like, I want to kill half the population.
Yeah, but Thanos does.
Sure. I'm just saying,
that,
that's his thing.
But Thanos' actions are also, they go far enough to warrant him being a villain. My problem is that we get a lot of media right now where everyone pulls their punches and no one gets hurt. Well, this happened in episode 3 of Boba Fett, where, like, we have the big fight with the Wookiee and, like, everyone walks away from it. And you're like, okay, sure.
You mean the guy lost his arm?
No, that's episode 4.
Oh, you're talking about...
I'm talking about, like...
Oh, these are spoilers for Boba Fett.
Slightly.
Yeah, I guess.
My point is that I feel like, and, like, the CW shows do this all the time, where, like, we'll have the next big bad villain of the season, and by the end of the season, our whole main cast is usually fine. They're like...
Oh, like, there's no consequences.
Well, there's no consequences, but also, like, ultimately, like, the bad guy is redeemed because it was just, like, we just had to, like, change this.
Yeah, some people cannot be redeemed.
Yeah, and, like, Spider-Man has this problem sometimes for me, where, like, the Spider-Man villains in some of the Spider-Man movies, their bad guy motivation is that the thing that gave them superpowers also made them crazy.
Well, it's like why I hated a lot of parts of Fast and Furious.
Whoa, okay, that was unexpected.
Sorry,
Speaking of John Cena properties.
I know it's like a really, like, kind of left field, but there are some really horrible villains who do some really horrible things in the Fast and Furious franchise.
Oh, and they're just kind of
forgiven.
Who are
then forgiven later on, and you're like, wait,
Justice for Han.
You drove down a highway with a tank, murder. Okay, all right, fine. I guess that's okay. Yeah, that I'm like, I don't want buy into.
But the point I'm trying to make is I like that Aggie is real world bad.
Yeah.
And not like we haven't created a fictional evil for him to be, so that we don't have to like really shed too much of a light on the real world.
Right. It is
I like that
real
the show is
and awful.
Yeah, I like that the show is about, and I think maybe that's what it is. Aggie is not just a bad person on the show. He is also a bad person in the real world that we could legitimately meet. And other than like the superpowers and the like quantum folding closet thing. Yeah. But he's a legitimate evil in the world that exists. And how our characters are dealing with that says something about how we deal with the world. And I just I like that this doesn't feel grounded in tone, but this story is a grounded story in terms of the Christopher father relationship in a way that I'm really appreciating.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%.
And I wouldn't appreciate it as much if his dad had like had an accident with super slime and become the white dragon and like became crazy when he was like 12 and like then became racist because the slime made him racist.
Yeah, he is accountable for his actions.
100%.
That's important.
That's it. I like it when villains are genuinely accountable for their actions.
Yeah. It's not like a weird space parasite or chemical something. Yeah.
Bully Maguire. Although I will say, in Spider-Man 3, this is a spoiler for a movie that is 17 years old. Topher Grace, his Eddie Brock, does bad stuff before he gets the Venom symbiote because he copies Peter's photo and thinks Peter won't notice.
I know, what a dumb...
Anyway, back to Peacemaker.
A whole other movie. Peacemaker.
Vigilante beats the absolute crap out of a bunch of racists, which I'm not going to lie, greatly enjoyed. I do.
Does that make us bad people?
I don't know. There is a streamer who goes around Red Dead Online, the video game, and goes and like kills all the Ku Klux Klan. And it's like cathartic in a very fun way. Like
KKK in the game?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize they were in the game.
Oh, yeah.
I have not played Red Dead.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. You can just... And there are people who cosplay as them in the online game sometimes. And this guy likes to go and murder those people. And I appreciate video game violence when it comes to killing racists. Anyway, is that a controversial take?
I don't know. I think,
I like watching racists get beat up.
It's...
Does it make me a bad person?
There's half of me that's like, resorting to violence is...
Fictional violence.
Fictional violence, yes. Yeah.
In the real world, I just want them to go to jail. But in, like, movies,
it's like a mukbang. Like, like, you just want to bop someone on the snoot. And, like, you can't because, like, that would be wrong. So you watch somebody else do it.
How is that like a mukbang?
Well, people who are hungry will watch mukbangs and it will help satiate their appetite. That's a real thing. I don't understand how it works.
How does that make you not hungry?
A lot of people will watch a mukbang when they're having cravings and it helps curb the cravings.
That sounds like a serious eating disorder thing.
I'm not making this up, I swear.
That's okay, cool.
Yeah.
Where were we? Oh, Vigilante gets let out because Economos is like computer god, I guess.
Yeah.
And so he just gets let out. I don't know why they didn't just let Aggie out of prison. It would have solved all their problems.
Yeah.
I don't understand the level to which Economos can just kind of make everybody do everything with computers, but it's fine. So he gets out and he has the moment where he's like, I made it worse.
Yeah.
Earlier in the episode, when Adebayo is trying to tell Peacemaker not to go in, she does reveal that his file has a lot on him, and so we do see this sweet little bar scene, which is a mirror to the one from episode 1.
Yeah, 1.
Where Harcourt is at the bar, and he approaches her, and she's like, God damn it, not again. And he's like, I just want to know what's in my file about me and my dad. And we get the reveal that his brother died, and that he was part of it somehow. And
under
that
mysterious circumstances. That's
kind of it. And I feel like that's not it.
Well, no, I mean, we got a little flashback scene at the end.
Well, no, but I just mean that's not what's in his file. Like, Adebayo clearly insinuates that there is a level of abuse that Harcourt was not comfortable saying in that scene, right? Like, the implication is there, unfortunately. And so Peacemaker is like, God damn it. So he
goes and gets drunk.
Oh wait, we skipped a whole thing.
Did we?
Yeah, I thought that the Judo Master fight was after this, but I think the Judo Master fight's actually before this.
Oh, you're right.
So he leaves prison. Oh, that's it. He leaves prison. They get the call that Judo Master escaped, and they go straight to the office.
Yes.
We're doing great today.
We're
like
crushing it. Sorry, so many tangents.
We were so excited about the Vigilante fight that we forgot about the other fight.
Literally. Yes. Yeah. So Peacemaker finally gets to have his redemption fight with Judo Master.
Yeah.
In the parking lot.
Because Judo Master messes up Economos.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like, he can't even, like, speak. I was like, oh my god.
And then Judo Master hides on top of a semi-truck. So that he can jump onto Peacemaker. Yeah. It didn't seem like a very effective opening strategy.
I mean, you said that judo is about using, like, your opponent's weight and, like, momentum against them.
Yes.
So gaining momentum by jumping off a truck actually makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah. It didn't work out for him.
No. Yeah. Judo Master
it's a bold strategy. We'll see how it works out for him, Cotton.
But kicked.
No, it's pretty even.
Judo Master ends up on the floor many more times than Peacemaker does. And Peacemaker, he's like, I was winning. No, Peacemaker was winning that fight.
Yeah, I
agree with that.
Peacemaker was definitely going to win.
Mm-hmm.
I do appreciate the storytelling of having Adebayo shoot Judo Master, though, because of, it is so fascinating to have Waller's daughter in this show and to have her be so innocent.
Yeah.
And we're filming this in OBS, and I just got a follow on Twitch. Thanks, Warhead. That fight was great. Like, the action sequences were great. Honestly, the fight choreography of this whole show and the fight cinematography of the show have been so good.
Fantastic.
And I'm like, oh yeah, it's because you have like one of the best movie directors directing these episodes. Mm-hmm. Like, this is the difference between having a movie director who is very like versed in shooting things versus having like, I hate to say it this way, but like television directors who kind of plant cameras and
have to make do, right? You can't.
Yeah, this clearly also has the HBO Max budget. That's true too.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta make do, and sometimes like there's nothing you can do about it. So.
It is just so noticeable watching these fight sequences that aren't like more expensive than fight sequences from like certain CW shows or stuff like that.
Just really well done.
They're just it's having someone who knows how to move the camera. Because the fighting isn't complicated. And what I love is that it's not like, they don't like overcomplicate the fight choreography. It's just fairly simple fight choreography that's honest to the characters and is shot really well. And that is so much more interesting than when you have like all the complicated flips and doodles and everything in the world, right? But the camera's shaking and you can't understand what any of it is. And that's my biggest problem with most fight choreographies. Like, like the Snake Eyes. Oh my god, just watching the camera rattle around a set while people were maybe on screen. I don't know.
Can't tell.
there are blobs.
Yeah.
God, we're comparing this to a lot of other things today.
I know. I don't know what it is. Anyways, yeah. So they have a great fight scene. It's like top notch, 10 out of 10. And
Judo Master says the butterflies are not what you think. They're kablam.
Bang. And I thought that was on purpose. I was like, oh crap! Someone just took him out to speak him.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be. Yeah.
Which I wonder if maybe that is still true and this is like an act.
Should we get to the end of the episode?
Let's do it.
Oh, Peacemaker reveals, Hardcore reveals Peacemaker about the brother thing that we talked about earlier. Peacemaker goes and gets high and drunk, reveals that he has the butterfly in a jar, and he shotguns weed smoke into the jar for it.
Oh, for the butterfly? Yeah.
I was like...
It's a choice.
I wonder if it can get high.
I don't know.
And we get some flashbacks to him as a child stabbing a man tied to a chair.
Yeah.
Which is
horrendous.
Oh my god. Yeah. And we get somehow his brother was poisoned.
It looks like he gets pushed, doesn't he?
There's so much foam coming out of his mouth so fast.
Yeah, it looks like it's like either poison or a seizure.
Oh, it could be a seizure, yeah. I thought that based on who his dad is, I figured like they were like poisoned and that they had to like fight to like for the antidote or some bullshit like that.
Oh my god. No, that would be considering that his dad is like, yeah, I loved your brother and I really don't like you.
Yeah, but who knows if that's the truth? His dad might just be saying that to hurt him.
Potentially, yeah.
But throughout this sequence, we also cut to what is going on with everyone else. Adebayo figures out that there's like a bottling company connection between,
Bottling company?
Yeah.
Oh.
Guy Tan Bottling Company. That's what it said on the business card and on the name.
It said Thai. I assumed it was like a massage or like beauty. I don't know why, because it had like a sunset on it. I don't know.
I said bottling company on it.
Okay, I
underneath.
apparently was not paying attention.
Fair. It's a good thing that we talk about these things as our. And Myrn is just sitting on his couch, very awkwardly watching television, which makes so much more sense when his long ass tongue comes out, and you're like, God damn it, he's a butterfly. Of course he's a butterfly. Why wouldn't Myrn be a butterfly?
Yep.
So now we have to go to the question, and I think it is the question that this episode brings up. What are the butterflies, and what do they want, and what the hell's going on? Because Myrn has been on the mission to kill them, and like has straight up been like, take the shot. Like, it doesn't seem like in episode 3 that he got in the way of them killing the butterflies at all.
No. Yeah, it has to be some kind of like weird political hierarchy within the butterflies where like he's like the bad butterfly or something, and the butterflies are like trying to survive. I don't know. I literally like, we have no evidence for anything, so.
What if he wasn't a butterfly?
Who?
Myrn. Until now. What if he got infected while they were at, because oh my god, he blows up the green thing door. And then don't all three of them get like knocked out for a second?
Yeah.
What if he is infected with the butterfly while they're at that house and now is a butterfly but wasn't before? It doesn't really make sense. His behavior was always kind of strange, right?
Yeah, I got nothing. I have literally no idea. Like, I'm like, there's really, not that I know, any hints that have been dropped or any like things that I can pull to make up some kind of reason. I don't know. Definitely the butterflies are not what they seem to be.
Yeah. I was under the impression that Economos was going to be the butterfly, and that his idiocy was going to be revealed to be intentional, like getting the dad in prison and getting and like he's like messing up in ways that like still kind of make enough sense that he doesn't get fired, but like not enough sense that you don't understand how he's like messing up their mission.
Okay.
I thought that was going to be the reveal. Myrn makes more sense because of his personality.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, he's not doing a very good job of protecting the butterflies if he's the man on the inside.
Well, no, and that's why I'm like thoroughly confused by this.
Yeah.
Like that's why I legitimately am like, I have no clue.
Yeah. I think ultimately it's going to end up being a story about how the mission doesn't, like, that senator doesn't matter. I just feel like having a senator is such a boon for the butterflies. To lose that is such a huge loss. Also, there's no reference in this episode to the fact that a senator was murdered.
No, yeah.
Like, a U.S. senator got murdered and no one seems to care.
No, although the news did say that a gorilla disappeared from the zoo. Apparently that's important.
If this is another Gorilla Grodd, I'm going to be so happy.
I don't know what that is.
Gorilla Grodd is a Flash villain who is a gorilla with telepathic powers. He's fantastic, and I love Gorilla Grodd. He legitimately, one of the best parts of the Flash TV show on the CW is Gorilla Grodd. His whole arc is amazing, and anytime I hear gorilla in the DC universe escapes from a zoo, I'm like, Grodd, let's go.
Maybe that'll be the cameo in the final episode.
I'm down.
I don't know.
I am so down.
But yeah, the news had said nothing about a senator, but we did hear about a gorilla.
If Peacemaker and Gorilla Grodd team up to take down the butterflies because Gorilla Grodd can use his telekinetic powers to figure out which humans are butterflies, I would lose my shit. That would be the best. It would be insane, because then we would have John Cena and a gorilla in a truck together driving around fighting butterflies, but that sounds exactly like the kind of show I want.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
And also,
actually,
they are referencing so many deep cuts in this. Because they referenced Matter Eater Lad. who is a DC Comics character, very cool, who just eats stuff. They referenced Batmite last week.
We also got a nice Batman scene.
Yeah, they call Batman a pussy, which apparently DC's upset about. Even though I 100% agree with Peacemaker, right? Like,
yeah. Especially from Peacemaker's experience and point of view. Like,
from anyone's point of view, Batman fails the people of Gotham by letting Joker kill over and over and over again.
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, just take him out.
At like the 10th, here's the thing. Oh my God, why? What is happening with my phone? Oh, you know what? It's that group chat.
Oh my God, you don't respond in a group chat. You get invited, you get the information, and then you stop.
Work stuff. The problem with Batman, right, is that he keeps putting his villains in the same prison that they break out of. And so if you have all the money in the world, build a better prison for supervillains so that they don't keep breaking out and you don't keep having these problems.
Well, and yeah, he has all the money. Anyways.
Peacemaker is right. Batman it messes up a lot.
Yes.
And he does it because they don't want to run out of stories.
But yeah, that was very funny.
I'm glad DC's upset about it. You know what I mean? I'm glad they're so upset that Peacemaker called Batman a pussy. I'm glad that matters.
Yeah. Yeah.
Watch. There are going to be DC fans who are like, Peacemaker isn't like a good DC show because they call Batman a pussy.
Somebody will be upset about it. Yeah. At least one person. You know the number's not 0.
It was a good scene.
It was. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
The guy was like, I was just trying to make conversation.
No, you weren't. You were being an asshole.
No, yeah.
Old people who think that they're like so kind when they know they're being little pricks are the worst. They're the worst. I get it. You're old and miserable. But that doesn't mean that you have to like pretend that you're kindly when you're being a dick.
And on that note.
Ugh.
Peacemaker's great so far.
To that I say, ugh. Just be a dick. You're old. You can get away with it.
Yeah,
Have more fun being an asshole. But don't do the pretending, oh, I'm so nice.
Yeah, you're too old for that.
It's a weird place to end this.
I know.
It's a good thing. I think there's like 2 people above the age of 50 who watch our videos.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's like around our age.
No, they're mostly older than us.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, oh no, wait, no.
Did you forget that you're basically 30?
I just realized I'm in the 28 to 35 demographic now.
Yeah, you are. Not yet. No, yeah.
Oh boy.
Uh-huh.
I hate that.
Sorry.
Did we miss anything in this episode? Anything important?
No, I think that's it.
This was great. I'm loving this show, y'all.
Fantastic episode. Like, really enjoyed it.
I have no idea where this is going to go, though. And the weird thing is, like, the butterflies are international, but Waller has the smallest team on this, and I'm just kind of like...
Yeah,
there has to be someone else working on this.
Yeah. They can't be the only people. Mm-hmm. This has to be... Maybe this is the, like, not secret team. This is the, like, fake team. Remember how Waller sent in a fake team to distract in
Corto Maltese.
Yeah. This is the fake team to draw the attention. The team that, like, sucks.
Because they're certainly drawing attention.
Oh, my God. Yeah, they're not handling this very well. So, although it just seems weird that she would put her daughter on that team. But...
No, it doesn't. Not if she wants her daughter to fail. And if you know Amanda Waller, she probably does.
And then on that note...
She's not a good person.
Yeah.
She's the worst.
Yep.
She's the worst good guy in the world. And sometimes we need really bad good guys. And that's why I love Peacemaker. Y'all, if you like this video, like and subscribe to the channel. If you don't, that's fine. This one was kind of a mess.
Sorry, y'all.
I'm going to be honest. This was not our most succinct spoiler chat.
We went all over the map. Twice.
We also forgot the order of the show.
Yeah, whatever.
But if you do like it, hit that like button. Let other people... Maybe don't engage with this one. Don't let the algorithm find this one. You know what I mean? What was that? That's not Badooms. It's going on way too long. What noise did you just play?
I thought it was Badooms. Never mind.
Wait, hit it again.
What?
It's the
That also works as well. You know, that works as well. You get the idea.
All right.
Like and subscribe. Do the YouTube algorithm thing.
Follow us. I think that this one is the one that goes viral, people will be like, wow, their content is trash.
Bury this video. Don't let anybody see it.
Dear YouTube, please, we're begging you.
Yeah, do not put this into the
algorithm.
algorithm.
Show this to Shawn Mendes and Ben Platt.
That's specific.
Do you think they watch YouTube? Do you think rich people watch YouTube, or is it just like normies like us?
No, they watch YouTube 100%.
I figured they'd be on TikTok. Do something nerdy tonight.
Bye.